And we're looking at the 8 of us certified air practitioner. I do want to point out that right now, the exam is in beta. So generally, I would recommend for you to wait to go out of beta, because beta means that the exam questions are gonna change, and often beta's for testing, to see whether the exam is good or not really for getting that validation. But anyway, if you want to go sit early you can, but again, my recommendation is to wait the exam. Guide is very unlikely to change, so it about doesn't usually change too much from the beta experience. It's more about the exams. So this is gonna be fine. But let's scroll on down and take a look here and see what they are recommending. So familiar with AWS core services. Share responsibility model. Global infrastructure. This is all the stuff that gets covered in the 8 of us Cloud Practitioner. So you should have your Cloud Practitioner before proceeding for this certification. Things you don't have to do: develop coding, ML algorithms, implementing data engineering feature techniques, hyperparameters, bullet deploying AI pipelines, conducting math or statistics, basically nothing. You don't have to do any hands-on, but I gotta tell you, I pack in hands-on stuff, because I think that if you do some hands-on that, it's going to really help cement that information. Your head, there's no reason not to do it. Because we can read something on a paper, but it has nothing to do with what's actually happening. So you should do hands-on labs. And I have hands-on labs for you. I have a lot around Amazon Bedrock, just because I feel that was should have been more strengthened in this certification, and so, or just knowledge in general, because such a large product. But I spent a lot of time in Bedrock. Let's roll down here and take a look. So we have multiple choice, multiple response ordering, matching case studies. These 3 are new, not new if you're from Azure, because that seems like a similar thing from over there. But yeah, these are new question types. We have 15 unscored questions. So continue on to here. The results is between 100 and 1000, with a minimum passing score of 700. Okay. Your score report can contain tables of classifications of performance, which I'm not really interested in. We'll scroll on down. Let's take a look at the domains. We have fundamentals of AI ML, fundamentals of JEDI, applications of foundational models, guiding of responsibly AI, and then security. So we'll take a look here, and they rattle off a bunch of different terms. And so I do my best to cover as much as I can here. The problem is that it's not very extinct, or exactly what it is they want you to know. And because right now betas, I don't know exactly what's gonna show up on there, but I did a lot of coverage here to have as much as I can. Over here we have recognized app AI workloads. They are just talking about like when you should use them, when you should not use them. Do you know all the managed services? And we cover all those managed services here. Then we're talking about SageMaker and the analog pipeline, all the steps and all the core SageMaker features and services you should know. Then there's about model performances. I give this a bit of extra time in the course, is because they become valuable later down the road, but they're not super technical. So you're not gonna have a hard time with that. For GenAI we have a lot of stuff, and I really dot the I's on GenAI. Not because, well, it's not like I'm huge about GenAI, but I just happen to be building a lot of GenAI projects, so I just was able to pack in a lot of good stuff here. I think a lot of companies, again, this is where their focus is gonna be when they're taking the AI practitioner. So a lot of information on that, then they're talking about more of the other services, like Party Rock, Bedrock Playground, Amazon Q. By the way, Amazon Q is terrible product. 8 of us keeps telling me like, oh, it's new and improved every like 2 weeks, and I come back and doing this is garbage. I don't know why they keep promoting it, but I guess they've invested a lot of energy into that product, and unfortunately, It's just not very good. So sorry, I don't have anything nice to say, but maybe the future is better. But every time I look at it, it's bad applications of foundation models. So yeah, we're talking about not just foundation models, but just types of, where they call this application foundation models, but yeah, just generals generative AI knowledge. It's weird that they just have this here, cause it's basically that section as well. And then responsible AI, there isn't a whole lot to say about responsible AI. It's kind of weird that it has so much attention here. But we literally just spend one video on it. And there's 3 other videos of services to look at, but you pretty much guess, like what is responsible and what's not. So it's not like that hard. We'll go down below here. Not a lot to talk about security. I mean, they listed a bunch of stuff in here, but some lot of things that they were listing don't even exist yet, so and not, I don't mean cause it's a beta, I just mean like they're talking about things that just don't exist. Like they haven't been implemented. So I think that this is just AWS is not doing a very good job putting together these exam guides as they used to. They are really throwing a lot of stuff at the wall here, but that's okay. I'm gonna make sure you come through this pretty well here with no problems. There's appendix of a lot of services, and what is in scope and what's out of scope, so here you can see a bunch of services here. And not all of them are in the course. But I listed the ones that I thought were most relevant, and what my experience was, and what logically made sense. And yeah, so there you go.